Hello and welcome to another episode of Victor Alonge on Real Estate. My name is Victor Alonge, your anchor. This week I will be talking about why real estate is actually not pulling its weight in the economy in terms of contribution, and what are the things that we can actually do as a people, as a government, and as professionals. This and many more I will be talking about. Please don't go away. I will be back after this short break. Welcome back. You're still watching Victor Alonge on Real Estate. Remember, you can watch our previous edition on our YouTube platform and our social media handles. This week, I will be talking about, like I said earlier, why real estate is actually not pulling its weight. What is the reason for it? We've all talked about it before, and I will be looking at it more critically in this show today. Debt capital is responsible for the low performance of real estate compared to other sectors. And the man that actually coined debt capital as a term, Hernando de Soto, in 2001, actually referred to debt capital as assets that cannot be converted, to economic capital. And PwC reflected the fact that about 300 to 900 billion worth of, that's US dollars, worth of property in residential and agriculture sector mainly are actually dead. These are assets that cannot be converted to economic capital. Hernando de Soto actually referred to the difference between developed and developing countries in terms of their economic progress is the ability of the developed countries to convert physical assets, real estate, to economic capital. And you want to ask, why do we have huge debt capital in Nigeria? The major reason is the failure of our Land Use Act 1978. Because our land tenure system is still largely in the communal and informal sectors. We still do not have a uniform land tenure system that governs, ownership of property in the country and in rural areas. And coupled with the fact that there is also the, reports of abuse of power by governors in granting consent to transactions. And we all know that Section 22 of the Land Use Act requires that, governor's consent must be sought for all land transactions. Again, delay in land acquisition process, which is actually discouraging and frustrating to prospective investors. Registration of property is faced with cumbersome procedure. I think on the average is about 12 procedure, and it takes about 105 days on the average based on evidence from different states, and the cost is up to about 15% of the value of the property. These are unique to property as an asset. And you look at the planning and construction permit, it takes about 17 procedures and 118 days, to actually get planning permit. And again, at a cost of about 27.5% of the value of the property. All these actually encourage more informal construction, and with the attendant risk of building collapse and lack of quality control. So these are things that we must look at that drive away people from coming to the formal sector, of property assets ownership. And when you are able to bring people into this formal sector, you are able to actually convert this debt capital to economic capital. And that is when that will contribute to GDP and improve the welfare of the people and, influence, economic prosperity. So much to actually talk about on the performance of real estate to our national development. Let's take a break and I'll be back. Welcome back to Victor Alonge on Real Estate. I'm still your anchor, Victor Alonge. I want to encourage you to be part of this show. by sending in your comments, your opinions, and suggestions about how to make real estate contribute optimally to the nation's economy. Send your email suggestions to info@victoralongeonrealestate.com. I take it again, info@victoralongeonrealestate.com. Join us again for another exciting edition next week when we continue this conversation. Until then, keep safe. Goodbye.